Okay, good day to all my students. No? So, we will have the laboratory activity for the Incline-Hang System. Okay, so remember that I already provided the video for the laboratory experiment, no, on how to perform and how to gather data and how to decide the ideal data to to feed in on the spreadsheet so that we can analyze the result. No? So please go over on that. And today I will be providing the format of your report and also the sit-up. No? So take note that this is distance learning. No? So it's impossible to have the uh, face-to-face performing experiment. No? Meaning you cannot touch the materials, but we'll try our best, no? But to have it through video only. So instead of you to perform the experiment, now leave it to me to perform the experiment, and you will be gathering the data. Okay? So remember that this is the setup that we will be using. We will be using the smart cart for the experiment, and the smart card will send data to the computer. So for now, the system is already connected. No, so the smart card are connected to the computer. So remember that we have the frictionless. So don't worry with the pulley because it is 100%, almost 100% frictionless. And the angle, no, our angle is fixed to 20 degrees. So we will be using the 20 degrees. And the string is no friction also for the string. So don't worry in that. So then the smart card is 240 grams. So again, we will be using the smart card mass without load. No? So that will be our mass A. Then for the mass B, the load hanger. So we have the load to vary. Okay, so we have the frictionless, since we have the frictionless board, so the coefficient friction is approximately 0. So then our theoretical acceleration will be reduced to that equation. So again, this was already discussed in the previous video. So all you need to do is to use it, because you will be calculating. You will be able to calculate. Then for the tension also. So we, aside from the acceleration of the system, we will include the tension in the cord. Remember that the smart card provides the acceleration sensor, and we have also the force sensor. And the force sensor measures the tension in the cord. So these are the format of your report. First, you have your name, your course, student number, date submitted, and we have these items for you to fill up. So A, we have the laboratory experiment title. So you have to decide on your own. So create your own title. You might have a different title, no? So provide your own title. Then experiment number. So put your student experiment number is depending on the schedule that you have assigned. Then the objective experiment, you will be the one to provide the objective. Okay. Why? Because I will be performing the experiment and you will be providing this data. So provide your own objective, the experiment. Then you have already seen the setup. So you have to provide the complete list of the apparatus that I was using or I am using. Then create letter D, provide a drawing of the experimental setup. Okay? Not a picture, it should be hand drawing. Okay, so we have A, B, C, and D. Then letter E will be the data and results. So this is now the format of the table that we will be using. We have the first row, the trial. Second row is the mass of the object A. So it should be the cart. It's fixed, nothing to worry. Then you have the mass B, And we have the angle. The angle is also fixed. Okay? And we have the accelerations, meter per second squared, then the theoretical, experimental, and the error. So I had already explained this in the this previous video. Then tension in the string should be Newton, no? And we have the theoretical, experimental, and error. So these are the things that you need to fill up. Okay, the number of trials is not fixed, so it depends upon my experiment that I be presented to you. Remember that I produce the setup and I perform the experiment, but your responsibility is to gather the data. Okay, and the data will be on this video. Okay, so it can be more than 5, no, more than 5 or less than 5, depending on the availability of the materials. Meaning, let's see. No, I'm sure it's more than 5. Now, take note that the theoretical acceleration in that table was computed as formula, and also the theoretical tension. And the percent error, look at this. The percent error, acceleration and tension have the same formula. The absolute difference of the theoretical experimental divided by theoretical multiplied by 100%. So it should be percent error. So the meaning of this is we are trying to measure how far is the experimental from the theoretical. Now, our tolerance is tolerance if we are accepting that result if it is less than 10%. Meaning, we will accept. But if it's greater than, then you have to reject that result. Okay, so meaning when I perform the experiment, there are trials that maybe it will be rejected or maybe accepted. So you have to decide it. No, for every meaning. By the way, you have to add column. No, add last one column for your remarks, accepted or not accepted, reject or accept. Okay. Again, add another column, please. That's it. Okay, so all you need to do is to fill up this one. Meaning fill up the mass. So when I perform the experiment later, I will see the mass of that. Then you have to take note. Then put that in your table. Then the theoretical, you will be the one to do it because you have the formula. And the experimental, I will perform the experiment and I will show to you the result of the software. Then you will be the one to find the average. Okay, be wise on choosing the data. So data that are on that present on the video will be your data to analyze. Okay, then error will be computed. Then same also as the tension in the cord. So that will be our item E, data and results. Okay, so after that, proceed to F. This is now analysis and interpretation. So based on the data, based on the data and results that you calculated, then they have to say something about that. Meaning this is purely discussion. And take note that you establish your objective. Then make sure that you meet the objective, or you have to fit in your discussion on the objectives. Then after that, finally, you have to conclude for the conclusion part. This is again another paragraph form. So these are the things that you need to prepare. Now put this on the short size bond paper. Then have a picture of that pieces of papers that you prepared. Maintain the margining, diba? Remember, this is a laboratory report, so it should be properly done. And after that, picture, then submit, put in the folder, or if you can do it in the PDF form, then that's it. Then submit to this submission folder on our BSUAE. Okay, for your first trial, your must be, okay, please take note. I have your notes, prepare your notes on your ball pen. So again, our mass A is fixed to 0.24 kilograms, and our mass B in the first trial, remember this is 5, so we have 5 grams for the hanger. Please take note of this. And this is 50 grams added to the slot. Then 50 added by 20. This is 20 grams. So 50 50 plus 20 plus 5. Okay, that's it. Then lastly we have the 5 grams. Okay, so 5 grams. So this is it. So again, 5 for the hanger, 50 first load, 50, second is 20, then we have 5. This is your mass B. Okay, so please observe the data. Okay, I will click on the okay, for the second trial, add the previous by 5. So I added 5 here. Set. Then click the record button. Then release. Okay. So that's it. No? So all you need to do, look at the graph. It's constant. So you can utilize all of this. No? This one. Okay. That's it. Take the average on that. And also for the force, use the same. So how many data do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So add the 16 data of acceleration and force, then divide it by 16, and that will be the average. That's for the second trial. Okay, for the third trial, add another 5. This is already third trial, huh? So add another 5 grams. That's it. So then we have to clear up the data. Then click the record button, then release. Ready, set, go. That's it. Okay. So use this one. Use these results for the acceleration. Take the average and also this one respectively. Same number. That's it for the force. And that will be your third trial. Okay, for the fourth trial, add another 5. Okay, please record the fourth trial added by 5 grams. Then click record, then release. Okay, so this is it, no? So we have only this one for the acceleration. Then do it the same on the force. Use the same. This one. Okay, that will be your fourth trial. Okay, for the sixth trial, add another 5. Sixth trial, another 5. Okay, that's it. This is the sixth trial. Then we'll click the record, then release. Okay, we have this one. This is our sixth trial for the acceleration. Take the average and take the average of that for the force. Okay. For the seventh trial, add another 5 grams. 5 grams added to the load. Then I will click the record, then release. Okay, do it again. No, not that one. Okay, I will click the record and release. Click, then release. That's it. Okay, so up here, this is our acceleration. Take the average on that. Then respectively the same number. This one for the force. This is our 7th trial. For the 8th trial, and add another 5 to the load, must be. Then click it again. Okay, that's it. So we have this one. This is our data, and this is respectively for force. For the 9th trial, add another 5 grams. Then click the record and release. Okay, that's it. Okay, look at this one. Do not include negative. Consider only this one. Do not include the 0.9. So take the average of this for the acceleration, then respectively that one for the force. Okay, for the 10th and final trial, add another 5. Then I will click on the record, then release. That's it. Okay, so consider only this one. Do not include the 0.447 for the acceleration. Then respectively find the average for the tension or the force. That's it. So these are the data you have to gather, or to use. Then filled up all the data on the table for your data and results. Then do the experiment results. Okay, so that's all. No, so remember that we have 10 trials. Then I emphasize the portion that are required for you to take the average and use it. Now take note that not all the trials that we gathered are accepted or are to be adapted. No? Some will be rejected and some will be accepted. So all you need to do in our table, I forgot to include, no, on the last column of your table, add the remarks, no. So in your remarks, it will be accepted or rejected data. So how can we say that it is accepted? If the percent error or percent difference is less than 10. If it is greater, then reject. Now take note that you have to analyze the data, no, in your discussion interpretation. So you have to include why is it that you reject it, no, what are the possible reasons of that, or give some conclusions, no, on the remarks part. Okay, so that's all for your experiment. So remember that to submit your report, no, before on or before the deadline, submit it with your results. Now make it clean. Remember, no, your grades will be based upon your format, complete format, and the results, and also some of the each item has the corresponding points. So filled up everything for the format. So thank you.